Good morning, dear students. I am Shrimati Rubina Attar, lecturer, Department of Biology, JSS PU College, Dharwad. My dear students, I welcome you all for the academic year 2020-21. Dear students, due to COVID-19 pandemic situation, we have conducted the PUC first year online classes through WhatsApp group. So today we'll study the chapter 4, Animal Kingdom in Biology. Animal Kingdom. When you look around, you will observe different animals with different structures and forms. As over 1 million species of animals have been described till now, the need for classification becomes more important. The classification helps in assigning a systematic position to newly described species. Didn't get me? Sorry, that's my language. Shall we try to understand the basis of classification? Now you got it. So let us study about animal kingdom. In animal kingdom, we'll study first basis of classification and classification of animals. Let us study about basis of classification. In basis of classification, we'll study the different organization. First, levels of organization, symmetry, diploblastic and triploblastic, coelom, segmentation, notochord. So, let us study about the basic of classification. In basic of classification, we will study the different levels of organization. First level of organization known as cellular level of organization. In example, sponges. Cells are in loose cell aggregates. That is, cells are arranged here. Example, in sponges, cellular level of organization. Next, tissue level of organization. Example, ciliates. Here, cells doing the same function form tissues. Cells are arranged into tissues. Next, organ level of organization. Example, platyhelminthes. Here, tissues are organized to form organs specialized for a particular function. Next, organ system level of organization. Example, annelids, arthropods. Organs as associated to form functional system with specific physiological function. Organ systems show variations from animal to animal. Example, your digestive system in platyhelminthes has only one opening, but others has a single or two openings. So this is about the different level of organization. Next, we study about symmetry. Here are three types of symmetry. First one, asymmetrical. Asymmetrical means any plane that passes through the center of the body does not divide them into two equal halves. Example, sponges. Second one, radial symmetry. What do you mean by radial symmetry? When any plane passing through the central axis of the body divides the organism into two identical halves is called radial symmetry. Example, ciliates, echinoderms. Third one, bilateral symmetry. What do you mean by bilateral symmetry? Here the body can be divided into identical right and left halves in only one plane. Example, annelids, arthropods, etc. So this is the diagram of radial symmetry. Here in the diagram you can observe any plane passing through the center axis of the body, it divides into two planes. So any plane can divides the body into two parts. So this is the diagram of bilateral symmetry. Here you can observe only one plane passing through the center axis of the body divides into right and left halves. So this is about the symmetry. Next, we study about the embryonic layer arrangement, that is diploblastic and triploblastic organization. First, what do you mean by diploblastic organization or diploblastic animals? Means body wall having two layered ectoderm and endoderm. That is, animals in which the cells are arranged in two embryonic layers as external ectoderm and internal endoderm are called diploblastic animals. Example, coelenterate. Next, what do you mean by triploblastic animals? That is body wall, three-layered ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Along with external ectoderm, internal endoderm, middle mesoderm is also present. That is called as three embryonic layers arranged. That is triploblastic animals. Example, Platyhelminthes. So this is about the embryonic layer arrangement. So in this diagram you can see these are the germinal layers. A, that is diploblastic, B, that is triploblastic. Here you can observe in diploblastic ectoderm, endoderm layer present, and triploblastic you can observe ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Next, we study about the coelom. Here in the coelom, what do you mean by coelom? Means a cavity between body wall and gut wall by mesoderm. What is coelom? The body cavity which is lined by mesoderm is called coelom. Here there are three types of coelom. Acoelomates, in which no body cavity, that is no coelom. Example, Platyhelminthes. Second one, pseudocoelomates. Here body cavity not lined by mesoderm, but mesoderm is found in patches between ectoderm and endoderm. That is, instead of mesoderm, patches are arranged. Example, Ascalminthes. Third one called as coelomates. What do you mean by coelomates? That is animals possessing the coelom, that is having true body cavity lined by mesoderm. Example, annelids, arthropods, they are all having the true coelom. So these are the three types of coelom. Here you can observe the diagram here. Here in A part coelomates, B part pseudocoelomates and C part acoelomates. In coelomates, coelom, that is body cavity, is present. In pseudocoelomates, only patches are arranged. Acoelomate, body cavity is absent. So this is about the diagram of coeloms. Next, we'll study about segmentation. What do you mean by segmentation? Here, in some animals, the body is externally and internally divided into segments with a serial repetition of at least some organs. For example, in earthworm, the body shows this pattern called metameric segmentation, and the phenomenon is known as metamerism. You can find this metamerism or segmentation, that is in earthworm. Next, what is notochord? Notochord is mesodermally derived rod-like structure formed on the dorsal side during embryonic development in some animals. Animals with notochord are called chordates, and those animals which do not form this structure are called non-chordates. Example, from phylum Porifera to echinoderms, all possess the notochord. So this is about the segmentation and notochord. Next, we study about the digestive system. There are two types of digestive system. First one, incomplete digestive system. Second one, complete digestive system. What do you mean by incomplete digestive system? They are common among invertebrates. There is only a single opening for the ingestion of the food, that is, anus is absent. Only one opening acts as mouth and anus. Example, Platyhelminthes. Next, complete digestive system. Common among nematodes, annelids, mollusks, echinoderms and vertebrates. This type has a digestive tubes with two openings, separate openings which act as mouth and anus. Example, annelids to chordates. So this is the two types, incomplete and complete digestive system. Next, we'll study about circulatory system. Here also two types of circulatory system. One, open type circulatory system, another one closed circulatory system. Open type circulatory system, that is, circulatory fluid is pumped by the heart through vessels into a body cavity, means in which the blood is pumped out of the heart and the cells and tissues are directly bathed in it. Example, arthropods, mollusks. Next, closed circulatory system. Circulatory fluid is restricted to vessels in a closed loop, means in which the blood is circulated through a series of vessels of varying diameters, that is arteries, veins and capillaries. Example, squid, mollusk. In annelids, mollusk. Example, annelids, mollusk, chordates, including human beings also. So this is about the circulatory system. So these are the basis of classification. Now the classification of kingdom Animalia. So as you know, we are studying the chapter Animal Kingdom. So kingdom Animalia, there we have studied the levels of organization: cellular level, tissue level, organ system level. Then we studied about symmetry, that is radial symmetry, bilateral symmetry. Then we studied body cavity or coelom, that is acoelomates, pseudocoelomates, coelomates. And these are the phylums which comes under these different levels of organization: symmetry, body cavity or coelom. Phylum Porifera, then phylum Coelenterata, phylum Ctenophora, phylum Platyhelminthes, phylum Aschelminthes, phylum Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata. So these are the different phylums you will study in this chapter. So this is about the kingdom Animalia. So dear students, go through the lecture video and study at home activity. Go through the notes, textbooks properly, solve all the assignment questions, read the textbooks, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.